I found the best illusion pictures on the internet, starting off with this one. This is simply a view of someone's backyard. That's right. It looks like this pier goes off into nothingness, right into the clouds. But in reality, it's actually a dock that is on a lake, and the reflection is of the clouds. But if you didn't know better, you would think this dock goes right into the clouds, which is pretty cool, not gonna lie. This looks like a massive crowd at a concert. In reality, it's actually cotton in a cotton picker at night, which is pretty cool because it sort of looks like a massive concert happening, but it's not. It really isn't. At first glance, this would look like an outer space picture, or like looking into a telescope and you can see the stars, but in reality, this is just the hood of someone's car with some nice frost and snow on top, which actually looks pretty insane. Which makes you think, is this how NASA makes their pictures? No, I think we actually go to space, guys. Don't get it twisted. This looks like two giant pigeons taking over the streets. You first saw it, I'm like, oh my God, these are King Kong-sized pigeons stomping around, destroying cars. But if you look closely, these are actually pigeons on a ledge looking over two cars, which looks pretty funny, actually. Imagine opening your door and seeing this beautiful dog. That's right. This is a two-headed dog. No, not really, but it sort of looks like it because all you see are two legs and two heads, which makes you think, wait a minute, these are two conjoined dogs. But in reality, there's just one dog that's peeking his head around the corner like, I want to be in this too. I gotta be in it. I gotta. At first glance, this definitely looks a little scary. This looks like an absolute ice tornado coming to just ruin your day. When in reality, this is just an icicle melting in someone's front porch, which is pretty cool. Ah, yes. Long dog with a section missing. No, in reality, this is a dog that's laying down that it sort of looks like this dog is chopped in half. But don't worry, no dogs were hurt in the making of this photo. This dog is just laying down, and that is just a wooden log. Trust me. Depending on how you look at this picture, this could look like so many different things. First off, at first glance, these look like seats at a bar, when in reality, these are actually espresso martinis on top of a bar. But it sort of looks like these martinis are bar stools in a bar, which is really confusing because when I first looked at it, I thought this was literally bar stools, like seats you sit on, but no, they're not. So when you first look at this picture, you're gonna automatically think this is a video game, but this is actually a real life photo. The way the sun hits these poles actually makes it these poles have no shadows due to the fact the way that the sun is positioned in Hawaii sometimes, it makes these poles have absolutely no shadows, which makes it look like a terrible video game, but I promise, Hawaii is a real state and this is not a video game. Ah, yes. Don't you guys love that bakery that has all the baked goods in the back of the truck? Well, this is just a reflection of a bakery from the glass that makes it look like there is baked goods in the back of this truck. But I can promise you that the back of the truck has no baked goods in it. It does not sell pies and cupcakes and loaves of bread from the trunk. That is just not a thing that's happening here. Personally, I'm not a big guy that loves camping, but I can go ahead and get behind how beautiful this picture is. This literally looks like a photoshopped image. Surprisingly enough, this is 100% real. This has not been photoshopped. So imagine waking up in the morning and seeing this. That is freaking beautiful. All it's missing is a beautiful deer walking by at a slow pace with some music in the background, and then a hunter. Bam! Bambi's dead. I'm just kidding about the Bambi part. That was just a joke. Bambi does not need to die in this video. Bambi ain't dying. I'm gonna be honest. This picture is very confusing. I have no idea what's happening. It sort of looks like she has her legs over his shoulders, but you know that he's carrying her from the bottom, so you know her legs aren't over. I just don't understand. Oh, I see what's happening. The front of his vest is black or charcoal and the back is white. So it blends in with what he's wearing and what she's wearing. He has his arms that are white sleeves wrapped around her. That makes a lot of sense. That is very confusing though. If you guys, oh man, I'm so my mind is blown. Look at this picture and try to tell me that these trees don't look like broccoli, right? Those are like broccoli trees. You cannot convince me that this is not a broccoli tree. This is how broccoli's made. Yep, go ahead and tell everyone you know, this is where broccolis come from. This is a thing. I know it is. I'm an expert. While at the zoo, someone took a picture of this monkey, and if you look closely, it sort of looks like the monkey's taking a picture of them. When in reality, it's just a reflection of the glass of her taking a picture of the monkey, but it definitely looks like this monkey is the one taking the photos, if you ask me. The reflection of this lady's lamp makes it look like her glasses have eyeballs, which is really creepy. Not gonna lie, it looks like the glasses are staring at us. Is it just me, or does this look like it's on fire? Believe it or not, this tree and these leaves are not on fire. It's just the way that the sun is hitting these leaves, which makes it really strange because honestly, why would the sun make it reflect like that? It's very confusing if you ask me, but I definitely think it's on fire. It sort of looks like it has to be, right? Oh, I'm so confused. If this doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what will. Imagine looking at a reflection of something via a water puddle like this and seeing a non-broken version of yourself. That's exactly what's happening with this bike. In reality, this bike tire is deformed. It is all types of broken. But the reflection of the water gives a totally different picture. A perfectly looking bicycle tire. Very confusing. And honestly, that's how you should look at life. Even though you may sometimes feel broken, looking in the mirror, you should always feel full. Trust me, this isn't what it looks like. This isn't a bunch of tiny men training in a pool. This is normal sized men inside of a pool, but the reflection makes it look like they're really, really tiny when these are just average size adults. These are not tiny men training for the military. I promise. If I showed you this picture and said, what's going on in this picture? You would probably say, well, the house is on fire. In reality, this is actually just a sunset reflection off their windows, which looks like someone's literally dying in there. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like someone's dying in that house, but no one died in the making of this photo. That is just a reflection of the sunset. Imagine calling the firefighters and be like, hello? Yes, my neighbor's on fire. The firefighters get there and they're like, there's no fire. And then you go to jail for a false 911. Oh, that would be awkward. Okay, my mind is a little, what is that? Okay, so this dog, whenever it sees grates on the floor, it jumps over the grates. But because the dog is so small, whenever it jumps, its legs and body just sort of disappear behind its head because it is so tiny. This sort of looks like this has been photoshopped and the whole dog's body's missing, but I promise you, it's actually there. This is just hard to explain. This photo is so, I can't even tell what's going on here. His body is this one, but like, where does the body, how does this what is happening here? This looks so strange. I can't even see where his body starts and ends at all. I have no idea what's happening. I can't unsee it. I can't even see it. I don't know what's happening. This is a mirage that's known as Fata Morgana. This is what's supposed to have started the, I guess, stories or the myth of the Flying Dutchman ship. Due to the fact that this mirage and this ship is so far away, it makes it look like it's flying. But in reality, it's not. It's actually on water, but because it's so far away, the reflection sort of disappears with the ocean. So that's what gave the myth the Flying Dutchman, which is actually pretty cool. Just taking a normal family photo, and yep, that's the family dog. That's the family dog behind this girl with the black pants, but you would think that she was a dog girl. I promise you, she is not a dog girl. She's a normal girl, and somehow the dog was just perfectly timed in this photo. This church looks really strange, and the reason why is because the tiling they chose for this church makes it look like the church just falls off the face of the earth at this specific point when you take a picture from the back. I'm not even sure why they would do that, but they did, and it created a really cool picture, so more power to them. This guy was taking a picture of the storm, and he took a picture at the most perfect moment to capture this photo that is honestly breathtaking. On the left, you have dark. On the right, you have light. It really sets up a really crazy picture, if you ask me. This one's actually pretty funny because it sort of looks like this cruise ship is being held up by these poles. And I can promise you guys, this is not what's actually happening. It's that the cruise ship is so far away, and this person got such a perfect photo of these poles in the cruise ship that it looks like it's being supported by these beams. But that's not what's happening in this photo. Not even close. This bug was on a car windshield. When driven by a building, it may look like that this bug was taking over the building, similar to King Kong. But this is just a big bug. No, it's a small little bug that makes it look big when put on this big building. It's pretty cool, actually. If I showed you this photo and said this is a beautiful beach in Iceland, you would maybe believe me. But in reality, this is actually actually just a small puddle that someone took a picture of that sort of looks like an aerial view of a beach. And I sort of like it. This is a crazy moment capture on camera. At first glance, you're really confused, but this is actually 3 people in this photo. 1 in the background and 2 hugging in the foreground, which makes it for a really complicated looking photo because you really don't know what's going on. But if it did happen like this would definitely hurt, and I don't recommend trying this at home. With our last picture, this is a man on a carousel that sort of looks like he's transformed into a pig. In reality, he's not a pig. He does not have pig legs. It's just a weirdly taken photo. I promise this guy has normal legs. And I'm not really sure why this big man is on a carousel, but that's for another topic of discussion. Of course, if you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to drop a like. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video. And big thanks for all the support on the Shorts channel. We're at over 1.5 million subs. Thanks!